Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats here at SMITHEE TV in downtown Toronto with producer Anthony Leo. How does it feel to be nominated for 2 Canadian Screen Awards?
Well, I'd love to say I was personally nominated, but we actually have between our shows What's Up Warthogs and Todd and the Book of Preval a total of 7 nominations, which is pretty awesome for Aircraft Pictures. So.
Were you expecting to get all these nominations?
Oh, you never expect these things because I guess you never know, but I'm really pleased because we got such a great array of nominations for Todd. It's kind of, to me, it's a sign that, you know, it's a really great product and you should be really proud of that when it's not just one area that you're strong in. We've got like director nomination, writer nomination, wardrobe nomination, like, you know, so I think it feels awesome to know that the show and the artists involved in it are getting recognized because they really are amazing. So.
And tell me a little bit more about the birth of Todd and the Book of Pure Evil, how it all began. Sure.
We, when I say we, so I went to the Canadian Film Centre a couple of years ago, and we produced, as part of that program, we produced Todd and the Book of Pure Evil, the short. As in, I produced it. Craig David Wallace was one of the writers and also directed the short, and Max Reed also co-wrote the short. And from there, it did a film festival circuit for quite a while. The Toronto International Film Festival was where it premiered, and shortly after that, Craig and I got together and started to talk about how we could evolve the project into a TV series, because there was a great idea about, you know, Todd, it's this kid who finds this evil book and uses it to kind of solve his petty problems. There's a great opportunity there to make that something that spins out episode after episode, and with the book falling into the hands of different students. So we took it to the NSI Totally Television program, which is an amazing experience. From there, got it into development with Space Channel, and from there it was, you know, several years of development. But eventually we got to do a pilot and do the series, and now we've completed 26 episodes. So it's been an amazing ride. It was really the show that helped establish my business partner Andrew Rosen and I, and our company Aircraft Pictures, as well as Craig David Wallace, and as the showrunner of the show. And so it was really amazing. And we partnered with Frantic Films on that. They're an amazing partner from out west in Winnipeg. So it was a tremendous experience.
And what was it like working with Craig David Wallace?
Craig is awesome. He's it's really great because I think we had a really strong sense of mutual respect that went back way to the short film. So, you know, there would always be times where we disagreed on stuff, but ultimately that, you know, if you respect each other, you work through it, and it's usually to the betterment of the project. So it was really great. He stuck with it. I stuck with it. Andrew stuck with it. Our team stuck together through like 5 or 6 years of development. So you really need kind of a strong sense of enthusiasm, and you have to help keep each other motivated. And I think we did that. And in the end, it really paid off. So.
And as for What's Up Warthogs, what is it that makes you so passionate about that project?
Well, that show's pretty amazing because for a couple of reasons. It was our first opportunity to work on a multicam, a 3-camera sitcom, kind of in the style of like a Friends or, you know, How I Met Your Mother, those kinds of shows. And so for us, it was really great to sink our teeth into that because there's not a lot of those produced in Canada. Just now you're starting to see a couple more in the adult space, you know, kind of creep into production. But for this one, it was a big learning curve for us because we'd never done that. And we got to work with Dean Batali, who was the showrunner on That 70s Show the last couple of seasons, and kind of worked his way up through that writing room. So it was really great to work with him, to get to experience and train more or less the whole crew in how a multi-camera sitcom works. So.
What are some of the advantages and disadvantages to multicam?
Well, what's great about multicam is that, you know, it's funny because when you've seen kind of Canadians shows in the past that have had a laugh track, sometimes like people tend to kind of go, ooh, laugh track. Yeah. But I came to realize that, you know, really that stigma is when you don't shoot it in a way that looks like a sitcom. So, when you have that fourth wall and you kind of keep the cameras back and you're not kind of in the set, you're not turning around, you're not doing all of those, things you would do with a single camera comedy, the laugh track's much more authentic. And, we didn't get to, with Warthogs, do it in front of a live studio audience. So we had a laugh track that was put in later. But I think our next opportunity is sitcom, we'd try and do that because it's really, it makes sense. There's something about when you're watching it, you just find it more acceptable when you've got that fourth wall in the sense that you're in the audience.
So the cameras are positioned where in front of the audience, where the audience is sitting.
Yeah, so you'll have the 3 cameras, much as you'd envision it, down in the States. And another thing that we did differently was that we had a rehearsal day before we would shoot the episode. In the U.S., they rehearse for 2 or 3 days, and there's writers making changes and whatnot, and then they bring in the audience and they shoot the whole thing in 5 hours, right? So you go, at first people were like, what, we can't shoot a whole episode in 1 day, that's insane. But we did it for every episode, for a total of 40 episodes, and it was amazing because you come in the day before and you basically rehearse, but with the camera crew and with the key members of the production team, so that they got to see how the cameras were going to move, how everything was going to work, what the blocking was like in advance. The director had a chance to work the blocking with an actor, which is not often the case in film and TV. You kind of show up to the set, block it out really quickly, and then shoot, right? So this was actually much more like a theater rehearsal process. And so then the shoot day, everyone kind of comes in prepared and knows what they're doing. And what's great about a sitcom when you're working with sets, we had 3 main sets and one swing set that would change from episode to episode. And you basically, you shoot out one scene and you move over to the next one. And you shoot it all like you're just in a studio. There's no traveling, there's no turning around. Everything's kind of pre-lit on a grid. So from a production standpoint, it makes things a lot easier. And so, yeah.
And what types of projects are you hoping to develop in the future?
Well, we have a couple of more sitcoms in development. Some kids sitcoms, but also adult sitcoms, now that we're kind of infatuated with that genre. We've got a couple of more adult comedies in the works, and we just optioned a couple of 1-hour dramas as well. So we're looking to breach into that space. And then also take advantage of some of the experience we've had in the digital space. We were the Canadian producers on the digital feature. I don't want to say it's even a digital feature. It was a feature film called Cybergeddon that was created by Anthony Zeiker, the creator of CSI. And that was awesome to shoot. And it premiered, while it's going to have a long life on TV and home video, it premiered online on Yahoo this fall in simultaneously in, I think, 12 different languages it was worldwide. So it was really awesome to get to be part of that. And that's kind of paved the way for more projects with, Canadian and international broadcasters to do that kind of feature film that essentially it's no different than a traditional theatrical release, except you're swapping out the theatrical with an online release, which is ultimately getting you in front of many more people than you would if you just released it in theaters, especially in Canada. And that ultimately helps to feed the home video sales, the more people that are aware of it, and television makes it more appealing for people. So it was great.
Do you think that will be the wave of the future?
I think for certain films it is. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of already here. I don't think you're ever going to want to watch Avatar just online, or those movies. There's going to be a time and a place. You need to go into a big screen theater with surround sound and see those things. Yeah. But, the more creators start to, leverage their fan base and kind of create content on their own without a studio backing them necessarily, I think that's going to be a way for them to get directly to their fans in a really successful way, because they don't, assuming you can get some help with the financing and whatnot, it's a way to reach the fans directly and not have to, waste a lot of money and time marketing something as much as you need to when you're going to do it in a theater,
Yeah. And where's the best place to find out more information on you and on your projects online?
That would be www.aircraftpictures.com.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on all of your success, and best of luck at the Canadian Screen Awards.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats here at SMITHEE TV in downtown Toronto.